Hey there, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new around here, well, my name is Mac and I'm a leadership coach, but I actually work specifically with first-time introverted managers in helping them to become effective leaders. So before I get started, I want to let you know that I'm actually going to be hosting a free masterclass, and the topic is going to be around how you as a new manager can become confident, competent, and effective, even if right now you're feeling totally overwhelmed, underconfident, and maybe even if you are introverted yourself. And so if that is something that interests you, definitely get signed up using the link in the description box below. Okay, so for today, what I want to do is actually just hit a little bit of a pause on the general content just to have kind of another real talk with y'all. I feel like I'm having a lot of these real talks with y'all lately, but I feel like it's necessary. And it's based on the fact that I've had a lot of fantastic conversations with you, whether that be in my DMs or in the comment section below my videos. And I'm feeling like there's a theme that keeps coming up. And I think that I would be doing you a great disservice if I didn't actually have this conversation with you. And so that's why I thought it was important to do it today. I don't know about you, but for me, when I first jumped into management, I remember feeling like I had just taken on 4 full-time roles. And that was because of the fact that on my team, when I first started, my team was so small. It was only 4 of us, but still, I kind of felt like I took on 4 full-time roles. And even though I knew the role was going to be different on some level, I did not expect it to be what it was. And I know that many of you echo the same things, right? That you knew it wasn't going to be obviously the same as being an individual contributor, but that you did not expect in a million years that you would have to stay back like all the hours that you are just to pick up the slack, and that you feel kind of like, and someone actually said this to me on a call the other day. She said, I feel, Mac, like a glorified babysitter, and that all I do all day, every day is basically, pick up the slack, tell people what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and make sure that they're getting it done. And I know from experience that can feel super, super frustrating. And it's kind of this like really odd dynamic, right? Because on one hand, you're feeling really proud of yourself that you have reached this kind of level in your career. But on the other hand, it kind of feels like a lot because you had no idea that you would have to support your team as much as you're having to support them. And it feels like a lot on your shoulder, right? And it's kind of like, where do I go? Who do I turn to? Can someone please show me the way? Now, the good thing is I already know that you're super resourceful. I mean, isn't that why you're on my channel watching this video right now? I'm pretty sure it's because you want to do better. You want to be better. And so you're constantly searching for the answers for that, right? I know that from the moment something is happening on your team, I know you're the type of person that goes straight to Google or maybe to YouTube, and you're searching for your answers, right? And so, for example, if you're having troubles keeping your team accountable, I know you're that type of person that goes straight to YouTube or straight to Google and you're typing in, how do I hold my team members accountable? And I think that is fantastic. I have always believed that resourceful people come out ahead every single time. But I got to ask you, with all that resourcefulness, right? With digging in your heels to find the information and do the work, are you truly, feeling the relief that you want? And I only ask you that because in the conversations that I have with many of you, you're telling me, Mac, I'm looking up these articles, I'm listening to what's said on YouTube, and I'm implementing it, but I'm only really and truly finding the relief that I want in the immediate. Does that sound familiar to you at all? Where you're trying all these things and you're implementing all these things and it works maybe in the immediate, and then all of a sudden, a couple days later, the same issue pops up, or it only solves just a little bit of the issue, and so you never come out ahead. Does that sound at all familiar to you? And I know that so many of you are feeling this way because, again, I listen to you when you talk to me. And even more than that, I know that a lot of you are at this point where you are starting to kind of resent your team. I've had some of you say, Mac, I feel like I was just given a bad team, and if I had it my way, I would not have chosen the people that are on my team currently. And I get that. I really do. I want you to know I feel you when you say that. Here's the thing I want you to realize, and maybe it's actually 2 things. Number 1, I want you to realize that it's not the videos or the blog articles or the books that you're reading that is the issue, okay? Because I actually think for the most part, a lot of the information out there as long as it's practical and like rooted in actual true experience, is probably pretty good, right? What a lot of people don't realize, what they haven't come to really understand, is that you cannot change team dynamics based on a bunch of generalized tips and tricks. It's just not the way it works. You cannot change people's behaviors or the dynamics of your team based on a bunch of generalized tips and tricks. Listen, anyone that understands people management, people dynamics, knows that it requires an in-depth understanding of the situation and the people and the personalities and the environment in order to be able to give you what you truly need. Generalized tips and tricks will never work. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So if you were to do a Google search, let's say on, what causes a headache, and I actually just did this before I jumped on this video, because I was like, I need to figure out a really good illustration to really illustrate my point. So yeah, if you were to go on Google and search what causes a headache, you're literally going to get a lot of different things. So let me tell you what I got when I searched it. Okay. So I got here, there was lack of sleep, tension, stress, all the way to, dehydration, high blood pressure, and brain tumors. I don't know about you, but that's a wide range of causes for a headache. And it's not that these blog articles are wrong. I think these are absolutely right. I mean, it's coming from WebMed and all these really reputable places. So it's absolutely right. The thing is, though, these are generalized, right? You would need a doctor to sit with you and to talk to you to figure out what is causing your headache. And trying to implement any of the tips in these articles is going to be a waste for you until you find out, or until you have someone sit with you, like I said, and diagnose you in order to then give you the right treatment that is needed for you. So let's pull back for a second and apply this illustration to you, your team, and your current situation. It is so easy to believe that an irresponsible team, a team that misses critical deadlines, a team that lacks respect or just likes to gossip, it's so easy to believe, okay, that the solution to those issues is to learn how to hold people accountable. It's so easy to believe that, you just have to figure out how to properly assign tasks and then hold people accountable to those actions, or that what you need to do is really put your foot down and be firm so that you can grab respect from your team. It is so easy to believe that, which is why a lot of people go out and Google those very things. But what a lot of managers do not realize is that they're actually confusing the symptom, a poor team or a really bad team, with the core problem, which is ineffective leadership. Now, I say this, and I do not want you to take offense to it. Please, I do not mean to offend you at all. I mean, I am not at all in any way saying that you don't know how to do your job. In fact, I wholeheartedly believe that you can do your job. I mean, I already know that you were chosen for this role for a reason. And I show up here on this channel and put out the content that I do because I believe you can do this. So this is not at all me saying that you're bad at your job. Please do not get that confused. Know that I believe in you. But I feel like I would be doing you a huge disservice if I didn't at least let you know that trying to apply a one-size-fits-all strategy to your team issues is not going to align with what you need. And it's not going to align with what you need because it does not take into consideration the environment. It doesn't take into consideration the team dynamics, the personalities on your team, your personality, the relationships that you have with each team member, the relationships that you have with your manager, the goals of the department, the expectations of the department. It doesn't take into account any of that. And so because of that, you're always going to find that it's just not quite working, kind of like trying to fit, a square peg into a round hole is just not going to quite fit. So I want to encourage you to start pattern disrupting yourself and start making some different decisions than the ones that you have been making. Now, for now, what I would like you to do is leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your one key takeaway is. I love hearing from y'all. And so please do let me know if there was one shift or one thing that you now understand a little more clearly that you would like to share. And so definitely leave it in the comment section below. I really hope that you found this video to be valuable. I did it for you because, like I said, I felt like I needed to. As someone that shows up here for y'all all the time, I want to make sure that I'm always operating in integrity by being honest with you. And so I wanted to be honest with you today and highlight something that I think many of you are missing. All right. Well, as you already know, like I always say, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Do not forget to keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.